hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I am partnered with a special guest, Lynns Crafting Co., also known as my sister. She has a business where she does Cricut designs, which is t-shirt, mugs, whatever can be customized, she does that. And I do DIY things. So we decided to partner together to do a video today to bring you a Christmas decor DIY video.
My favorite season.
Yes, Christmas is upon us and we're starting early this year. We're decorating in November, so we wanted to go ahead and share our DIYs with you all of what we made with our Cricuts and also things that I made from wood or cut down. So let's go ahead and get into these videos. We're excited to show you. So I ordered these little wood blocks off of Amazon and I'm going to use these to make stocking tags. Right now they're a little too wide and long, so I'm going to cut them down, run it down my table saw and cut it down to the length that I need and drill a hole so we can actually hang them. So let's go ahead and get started.
We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas.
The color that I'm using is ebony. I know Varathane has one too, and also Min Wax, so you can choose whichever one. I want to say that this stain actually looks so different on different pieces of wood, but that's what we use for our stocking tags. And I'm using a stencil that was made from the Cricut, and it just weaves out the actual letters, and you can use this to paint on different words if you don't want to use the actual vinyl. So that's what I decided to go with for these stocking tags, so it can have a little bit more of a permanent look. And I wanted to have that painted, like I wrote the words.
In my heart, but this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas.
Our next DIY is a DIY doormat. There's so many different designs that you can use. You can just go through Pinterest and look up the words, and this is the one that we found. And so we're using our Cricut to make a stencil again, and then weeding out the actual word, the letters that you would use for the words, so you can paint on. Especially this is going to have a high traffic area, so you want to make sure that it's really good and durable. So we're going to use Flex Seal to apply it.
In my heart, and I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling.
So this year we wanted a standing door sign, and I looked everywhere. I wanted to cut down some wood, but you all know that actually sheets of wood are pretty expensive. So I decided, I went through Home Depot and I kind of just walked around and I found this MDF shelf, and I'll link it in the description box, but this shelf worked perfect. It was the perfect size. I didn't have to make any extra cuts. It came already ready and we just painted it. If you do want to stain, I would get you some real wood, because this does not hold stain well and it won't give you that real wood look. But we're making two different door signs. This first one is for our home and the next one is for my sister's.
All the windows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Here we go. time I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the
Next DIY is the same as the last one. We're using the same board, and my sister's making her a sign which is Grinch themed. So the fun thing with the Cricuts are you can basically make and print out anything that you want. You just kind of have to find it and find the designs within the Cricut, or you can buy some online. So she decided to make her a Grinch one with a Grinch saying that's from the movie. And this one is kind of a fun one, especially if you have kids or just want to have a character theme or whatever. I highly recommend using this sign just to display in your house.
making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate one day. We have our ups and downs, but when there's love, there's always a way. And oh, this time of year, we come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget.
So this next one is actually my favorite of all of them, all the DIYs that we did. So I bought this wood board from Home Depot for about $9, which was pretty good. I know Michael's also sells some for around the same price, but they're a little lighter than this heavier wood. So what I'm going to use is a wood stain, and I can't remember what color it is, but I'll link it in the description box for you all. And then I just use a chalk paint to paint around the other areas that did not get the stain. One thing that I want to recommend is after you apply the stain, please coat it with some type of top coat, polyacrylic, polyurethane, whichever one is good for you or which one is available for you. So when you apply your vinyl from your Cricut, it can actually stick to it. That was something that we had an issue with, but we, did some research, and you need to use a top coat.
What glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. This year I'll think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
We're adding our last few touches to this piece, which is a red and black checkerboard ribbon and just some greenery and little other pieces, and it looks so good. And of course, guys, in a minute I'm going to come in because you have to make the Instagram content. Make sure that you're following me and my sister. I'll link all of our information within the bio. This next DIY is a cookie tray. I felt like this would be really fun for the nieces and the children in the family. So we decided to customize them a cookie tray, like a little letter that they drew to Santa. These designs are actually really popular, so they're very easy to find on Cricut. I've seen other people do this one too, so just look it up and you'll find it. But this is actually using scrap wood that I had in my garage, and I just sanded it down to make sure that it was good. So in reality, I didn't really spend any money on this DIY.
Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget.
This last DIY is something a little bit more on the funner side for our family. We personally like to customize things like cups or shirts or pajamas during the Christmas holidays. We usually spend it together. So we decided to do Christmas mugs this year, little elf designs on them with each person's name, so we won't get them mixed up. And this one was really fun, especially for kids, and put your hot chocolate, your mugs, or your mommy juice, whatever you need to put in there to make it through this Christmas holiday, then do so. We printed out these during our Cricut, and honestly, we did it a little bit on the harder version. We printed them out accidentally individually, so we had to put each red and green piece on there, but it looks so good once we're done, and it's so fun. So here it is. Here is all of the DIYs we did. I'm personally in love with them. I think they're going to be really fun and add a little special characteristic to our Christmas this year. I hope that you all enjoyed them too. If you did, give this video a huge like and subscribe to my channel for more. Also follow my sister's page. I'll have her information linked. And if you don't want to do these DIYs yourself, my sister will be selling these during the Christmas season. I'll see you all in my next video.